The following program was paid for by Southern American Media. Fox 30 welcomes you to Meridian's favorite TV personalities and three-time CMA nominees for Broadcast Personality of the Year. Welcome to Mornings with Scotty Ray and Debbie.
And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. And yes, we are all back. Odie's in with us and technical difficulties are gone. You can hear us now.
Here we are. We're going to take this IT class one of these days.
We'll tell you about another IT class that's coming up at MCC this morning.
That's right.
I really need to go take that class. We had to call in the specialist to fix our problem a while ago.
I'm going to send Greg to that class. That took a year and a half to teach him how to check email.
Oh, how's that working out?
Slow.
Slow, very slow.
Yeah, it's just one button.
Give him time. It's one of those things of when you hit refresh and update, you never know what will lie until you go to use it. And then, boom, it bites you.
And there it is, sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
I love an update.
Odie, I hate you didn't go with me to a meeting I went yesterday. Let me just give you an example here. I am getting prepared. Hang on here. Let me open this up because I am
bring your own.
No. This is I'm being prepared for the next meeting where they have all the media together in Meridian. Because it was a fight going on, and I sat over there and kept my mouth shut.
You need a spoon or a boat paddle?
This was to protect myself. I'm going prepared next time. I'm going to spoon you if you get near me. But it was like auditions for Anchorman 3. Anybody ever watch that?
Yeah.
Anchorman. It's really fun. And behind the scenes of how they would fight to who would be number one, yeah, that really goes on. And everybody got to bragging about how they were number one, and they got more listeners, more people watch me. I didn't open my mouth. I just let them talk.
The numbers.
Yeah, it boils down to this. If you are out there and you own a business, who do you hear about? Where do you get your headlines from? What are people doing? People talk. That's where to put your money so people will come to your business and know what you've got.
And not just getting your name out there, but what kind of results do you get when you do put your name out on different platforms?
But it was really funny, Odie. If you ever watch Anchorman, you would find the humor in what I'm talking about.
We're going to have to start recording a lot of these.
I think I even got slammed.
Say it ain't.
Yeah.
I don't believe that.
And the old me would have probably stood up and said something, but I pulled my cowboy hat down and it was time to go.
Well, that could be another one of them 7 o'clock shows we've been talking about.
Yeah.
At night.
Well, the rest of the story tonight at 7.
Off the air.
And Odie got to learn something new this morning. You're married fella now. Been married for a year and how much?
A year and a half.
Yeah, that's going to wear off, Odie. I just hate to tell you that. It's come
I like that song.
So I introduced him to Vince Gill, the notorious Cherry Bombs. If you don't have this on your playlist and you're a married man, please hunt this up today. It talks about
you'll like it.
Yeah.
You'll think about them lips next time you go to kiss them.
Yeah. Do you ever get jumped on by your spouse and she just really gets all over you?
Just hounds you to death.
And then she wants a kiss later. And he just points out how sometimes it's, hard to do that. We won't use Vince Gill's language right now.
No, it's early in the morning.
But it was funny.
I'm lucky. Amy does not like to fight and argue.
Just wait.
Not much of those. And now, have we ever had our disagreements? We have. She said her piece. I said my piece. We kissed each other and went on about our way. So this one has been different from some I've had in the past.
Give it 10 years.
That's why they exes.
All my
exes
you
live
can't
here around me.
Near around. I mean, you really think back to poor old Merle Haggard, who he got rid of divorced Bonnie Owens, who Buck Owens was just tickled to death to get rid of her. Couldn't wait. Merle married her. And she wouldn't leave the band ever. She just kept singing backup back there in the background, and he had to keep giving her a check every month. And she was watching. She was watching those receipts. Merle trying to say, "Why are you making enough money?"
Yeah. That's why she was still hanging around. She knew what was coming in. She was sitting back there counting everything that went going on.
But there are occasionally people that get along, and ain't many.
I get along with my ex-wife. It took us a few years, but we get along great. We went to the beach, had kid and the grandkids with us, and we sat there and went and had a good time at the beach together, and then turned around and we all went out to eat dinner together.
Man, that sounds lovely.
You know, I mean, it was fun. It was nice. Grandkids enjoyed it. You know, they didn't have anything to do with us getting a divorce.
Right.
It had nothing to do with them. And we don't have to be mad about it.
No, y'all gonna work it out.
What happened. We're adults, and we're going to move on and enjoy life and make sure they're happy all at the same time. So
hang in there, Odie. We're pulling for you there.
Hey, I need some help.
Look, I ran up on this, and thankfully this has never been brought to our area of people wanting this day, but Boca Raton, Florida. Everybody know where that is?
Yeah.
They had a meeting that had absolutely nothing to do with this, and a lady stands up. She drags this older fellow there with her. She's probably about 29, 28, somewhere along in there. I'm not going to show her picture because, well, I'm just not. And she drags this fellow up there, probably 75, 80 years old, and she has the council to have a sugar daddy appreciation day in the city.
If you'll look up high maintenance, you might see a picture of her.
Absolutely. Sugar Daddy Appreciation Day. That's scary. That is very scary.
I just want to know, did they approve it?
No, because they said, look, this is a zoning committee and we got nothing to do with that. You come back and bother those other people, lady.
Yeah.
Man alive. Now, we've got a lot to talk about what's going on in our area over the last 24 hours. Highway patrolmen, shootings, and stabbings.
All right here local in our area.
Yeah, we like to bring you the latest of what's going on. And again, we do this because, well, you need to know what's going on in your community. And we're going to get to all that here in just a second as we dig deep into this moment. We did have some gunfire overnight, not near as much last night as we had the night before. The night before, I almost didn't get them all up. There were so many. But last night, as we pulled this up, we would have this near the Highland Park area. 39th Avenue is where we would hear gunshots. Now, to our knowledge, we do not have any damage or injuries at this point.
Right. Nothing's come out of it. They seem to be running out of bullets from this last buy.
Yeah, I think they used quite a bit the night before.
Yeah.
Now, you forgot to tell me about this. This is a big deal coming up on April, and we want everybody to know about this.
Yeah, I needed to get with Chief over there and talk, but Long Creek's having their pancake breakfast, 7 to 11 a.m. on April 1st. It is not April Fool's. They are really going to do this, and this is a good way to go in. Hey, $7, you're getting an awesome breakfast. You're getting the camaraderie. Take the kids, let them see the fire trucks, let them crawl in the fire trucks, look at everything that's on these trucks, and you're doing a great benefit to this fire department and getting breakfast for you and the family at the same time. So come on out and join them. We've got one coming up in Northeast. We've got Martin Day coming up, and we'll get all those dates for you. We got somebody with Northeast wanting to come in and talk. So we'll keep you posted on all these fire departments that are doing their benefit for the year. Internet, you've got internet at home. You're paying anywhere from $70 to $90 a month. Well, so do these fire departments.
That's right.
Power bill, they've got it too. So this is a good way to help them raise money to keep operating.
Now, we did have a fender bender last night, and if I had been on scene, I might have worded it a little bit different than fender bender, but if you were out by where your dad's old place, the Dairy Queen, and over by the Coca-Cola plant, we had a little accident. Let's pull this up where we can show this morning. This was the fender bender, and as we look at this, here's the actual accident here at the intersection. If you look at that car, that's a pretty good lick there, Odie.
Yeah, I mean, to crumble the front end, that's a pretty good hit right there. It's a solid hit.
No injuries were reported, but let me tell you, if you're driving that car, it will shake you up.
It'll hurt, and then it'll stick with you for a little while. You'll be brake happy for a few months.
And sore the next morning.
Oh, yeah. That's one of those where you take 2 aspirin before you go to bed and 2 before you wake up.
I got a friend, I don't know if you do this, who always tells me if he's got to do an activity he hadn't done in a while, like yard work or something like that. He goes ahead and takes him 2 or 3 Advil before he goes out there, so it won't hurt.
That's not a bad idea.
I don't know if doctors recommend that or not, but that's the redneck way.
Well, go ahead and be prepared. That's proactive, not reactive, and that's
right.
what we always push, right?
That's right. All right, coming up next, we've got a lot. We're going to start with the highway patrolman story that happened yesterday. Mississippi Highway Patrol was on this. They did a fantastic job in Meridian.
That's right.
We're going to share that with you next. Y'all don't rush off.
The Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville is passing along these great savings this week. Florida strawberries, $2.99. Fresh tomatoes, a 4-pack, $2.69. Red, yellow, orange bell peppers, 2 for $3. Red or white seedless grapes, $2.99 a pound. Coca-Cola products, 6-pack, $4.69. Whole boneless pork loin, $1.69 a pound. And certified Angus beef ribeye steaks, family pack, $13.99 a pound.
And we're down home, down the street, Piggly Wiggly.
Jackson Flowers has been a part of the Meridian area for a little over 60 years now. Now, they've moved to a new location on Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. You could be looking for that perfect thinking of you gift. Or maybe it's just a happy you need, whether live or artificial, no matter what the need is in your family. Whether it's a birth to your time of need, Jackson Flowers is there for you. Drop in and visit with them again. Highway 19 North, just 2 miles north of Walmart. Jackson Flowers, for all your needs. If it is time for another car or truck for your family, see our friends at Interstate Auto. They're located on North Frontage Road in Meridian, just down from IHOP. They offer bank rate financing. All applications are accepted with over 14 years in business, and they offer you a fair price. Open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. and Saturday 9 until 2. Appointments available after hours as well. Remember, all roads lead to Interstate Auto, 802 North Frontage Road, Meridian, 601-483-6977. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn is open Monday through Saturday from 9 a.m. until 6 p.m. Lots of different calibers and brands to choose from when it comes to hunting rifles. Whether you're looking for a new pump shotgun or an AR, the Rockhouse will have the gun that you need, with a huge selection of ammunition for just about any caliber that you may be looking for. Pistols, scopes, and a whole lot more. Plus a private lobby for your confidentiality when it comes to your pawns. Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North Meridian.
And welcome back. And again, I apologize for the 6:30 a.m. technical difficulty that we had with the audio. We're back up and going this morning. And thank you for all who are watching on television this morning. As always, if you want to keep up with the very latest of what happens during the day, join us on Facebook, Scotty Ray Report, or on YouTube. And so many people watching here. Margie Lancaster, good morning.
Good morning to everybody. And I want to point this out.
What do you want to point?
All right, so we had Candace and had Debbie, and,
right.
and they were able to call out a lot of these people's names, right?
Right.
We're men. We don't do an awful lot of multitasking. So
you might
our
miss something.
forte is not being able to think, talk, and read at the same time.
It could turn
we're
bad.
Doing everything we can to keep up with y'all. And thank y'all for watching this morning and all the kind words. And
look at here. Where is Indiantown, Florida? Don is joining us there this morning.
man, thank you for joining us.
Winnie, she's joining us also. Thank you so much.
Definitely. Everybody that's there's Braxton. He's texting in. And
Ooh, Enterprise,
Yvonne,
Mississippi.
Look at there. Man, we love it when all of y'all communicate with us. We do try and read everything. We may not react to everything, but we do see it.
Yep.
And we're trying. We're
Arkansas. Look
we're
here.
Working.
We're getting out. We done passed the
that.
Mississippi border.
We're moving up north now.
Let's talk about Highway 39 yesterday. I had you had gone on to work, and I was sitting here, and my phone, as y'all heard it ding a minute ago, started ding, 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 ding. Something's going on Highway 39. Had a call from a friend of mine, Earl. Earl just happened to be there, and he goes, "You need to find out what just happened." We did. A motorcycle boy tried to outrun the long arm of the law. This would take into effect somewhere around Hardee's, go northward or toward Broad Briarwood, where you take a right. Well, the motorcycle would turn around and come back to Meridian, and that's where he made a mistake of trying to turn on Old Country Club Road. Mm-hmm. Let's go straight to video. This is live from the scene yesterday morning, as you'll be able to witness. Now, this is a vehicle sitting at the right, at the red light. Right over here is Commercial Bank.
Mississippi Highway Patrol, Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department being involved. Let's hit play and see what happens here. Now, we want to point out no one was hurt.
Right.
This was trained professionals with the Mississippi Highway Patrol stopping a situation where someone would not get hurt. Here we go. Now, as we zoom in on that, that's a motorcycle. And he is pulled up very quickly. If you'll see this, the motorcycle's smoking. Deputies arrive. Another highway patrolman arrives to help with this situation. In just a moment, he's going to pop up in cuffs is what he'll do there. The camera goes up in the air, and they come back down, and there he is. He's okay. You'll see it in just a second as it comes up. There he is. They're pulling him up now to... Oop, I see handcuffs. There it is right there.
There he is.
Handcuffs are on it.
Standing on his own, so he's good.
Just don't try to outrun the law. And I'm not sure the exact miles per hour it was, but others could have been hurt with that. And I have not gotten a name yet. We'll get that shortly, I'm sure, today of what happened with that and who it was.
There was some people that had commented saying that they were on Lost Horse behind him or so when they were in pursuit. So he had been doing this for a while. And then somebody had also posted, excuse me, when did we start chasing a motorcycle? And it doesn't matter if it's motorcycle, a car, foot, bicycle, it doesn't matter. My question is, when did we allow people to even run from the law?
Yeah.
That's the question. It's the mentality of these people. It doesn't matter what you're on. When you get blue lights behind you, you pull your butt over. And if you don't, that's a nice way to end it.
TD's wanted to point out that was the state trooper's car that the radiator was busted on. And that's what was smoking there. But,
well, I think now he owes us for a radiator.
I think so, too. But that's happened. No one was hurt, and that situation was stopped. Now, you think of someone walking to their mailbox being hit by a motorcycle running 120, 130 miles an hour because they go that fast, if not faster. You know that as well as I do.
Oh, yeah, and it could have hit my daughter, your daughter, my wife, my mother, could have hit y'all's family and caused a problem if he was allowed to keep running. So I don't understand it, Scotty Ray.
Bob McNee says it all started in Meridian with the naked man out. It all goes back to that. And, it's been warm lately, and I have not gotten reports of naked man. What's going on?
Maybe him and naked woman done hooked up.
It may be.
They didn't need to advertise it no more.
I'm going to let you go park in front of Firestone tomorrow on North Hill Street at 5:30, and you let me know if you see him. That's generally his greatest walking time there is around 5:30 in the morning.
We need to hook the drone back up.
Yeah, we do. Go fly. That's fun. Now, I did get a report last night. I haven't had a chance to make a report on this, but there was a stabbing in Meridian last night. Most likely an argument of some sort. It would be from Fran Berry Courts. So I don't know the condition at this point. We'll send another email to the Meridian Police Department to ask for more information on that to see if we could get some follow-ups on that. And I wanted to show one more picture. I didn't really show just how many with the law of just how many folks showed up. Let's just look at a few of these pictures that were also sent in from the scene as we go back here. As you'll see here, it gets bigger. Bunch of highway patrol there, and
that's a few more.
That's a good vision there of just the cops that showed up to handle that situation.
Yeah. Now, Tommy, I like Tommy's comment.
What was that? What did he say?
If they knew how much money sugar daddies added to the economy, they'd pass that bill.
You got a point.
You're exactly right. When they're high maintenance and sugar daddy got the money,
that's right.
Cash is going.
And and all that does, and I know there's a lot of you like country music as much as I do, and you'll remember the Bellamy Brothers. What she needs, a sugar daddy, diamond rings, and a brand new caddy. Little things to help a girl make it by. Me and Odie are looking for sugar mamas. Is there such thing as that?
I hadn't found one.
I was just curious. You always hear about those sugar daddy, but you really...
But I'm sure there are some sugar mamas out there.
Could be. I know Trace Atkins had a song called I'm Gonna Marry for Money Next Time.
Well,
It happens.
You know, it happens. Amy said that she swore up and down that if she ever got married again, it was going to be for money.
And then she
I
found
said,
you.
well, you found me, and I ain't got no money.
Let's get into the big headline of what went on in Meridian, Mississippi yesterday. As I got several reports of this. I had been in town, and I came back. I sat down, and it wasn't 10 minutes after that my phone once again started ringing and dinging and clicking and all that went on. My first report was, hey, I'm standing at China Buffet. We were getting ready to walk in, and everybody's on the ground. The building was hit with a bullet.
Man.
And I go, well, what is this? We would soon find out that across the interstate at the Red Roof Inn in the parking lot there, a gun battle broke out. And I say gun battle, it's not necessarily a gun battle, but a shootout between, it was probably at least 3 people involved, 2 people in a car, 1 person with a handgun. Let's go here, Odie, and pull this up and show the scene of the Meridian Police Department, number 1 on scene. Let's go here first. This is the scene here. As we look at this and hit play, let me make this full screen where everybody can see this. Now, again, that's the scene there of where the Meridian Police Department pulled up. We would have a second scene, and let me back out and show you that one of what went on there. Our next video, this would be at the Texas Turnaround. And let me pause this for just a second. The people that were actually shot at the scene fled the scene because they were getting shot at.
Well, I don't blame them.
No, I wouldn't either. I would go too. I think this is all presumable. I have not gotten the official word from the Meridian Police Department, but I think they were followed there for a little while, and they ran toward the Texas Turnaround before they were stopped by Meridian police officers, which they did a fantastic job doing. They would, and let's go to this scene here. This is underneath the Texas Turnaround. You'll see all the M8 Meridian Police Department. Let's see if I can pause right there. That is the car that was involved, and it's hard to see here, but that windshield is gone. Why? It was shot out. We have 1 person that we're pretty sure is in critical condition, another person that was shot somewhere that is non-life threatening with that. 1 person has been taken into custody that we know of. Now, I did get that official word, and that's really all I was told from the Meridian Police Department, that 1 person had been taken into custody. And I immediately sent back and said, can you send us a picture of the person that's been taken into custody? Can you give us a name? Can you tell us where they were taken into custody? Was any police officer hurt? Did they have to use a taser? And they told me that that was under investigation. And I paused for a moment. I picked my phone up, and I thought, okay, he's under arrest. You're bound to have a picture 3 hours later, and that's still under investigation.
Should have a picture.
Yeah, I would think you would have a picture because somebody was arrested. They didn't follow up and said it was under investigation. And we totally understand things that are truly under investigation, but when we know someone has been arrested. And again, when you're arrested, it is not that you've done the crime. You are a suspect. We all know that. But there is a suspect in custody, and we'd like to know who that might be.
But we're glad that it's under investigation.
Yes,
so we
sir.
can find out who did what, why, and make sure that they are upheld to justice.
So we'll see where this turns out and goes. Hopefully we'll get more information from the administrative level of the Meridian Police Department, but we cannot brag upon police officers enough from the Meridian Police Department that arrived at the scene over at the Red Roof. They secured that. They checked on everybody there to make sure that they were good. They got the bolo of what the car was that did this. They all rushed out, and that's where we are now.
Well, these officers, you know, these are people calling in saying, I'm getting shot at, and these officers are the ones going
into that.
I'm going to it. I will go to your aid, and they're there to assist you. So kudos to every single one of the Meridian Police Department's finest, the Sheriff's Department, MHP, everybody that puts on that badge every morning. Thank you for what y'all do.
But the public deserves to know what goes on. These things do happen in our town, and a city is more prepared. We need to be proactive with these things. We know they're going on. We know I have unofficially, do I have a pretty good idea of what may have went on there? I do, but I can't say that because I don't know that. But it doesn't take rocket scientists to figure out these things.
They're not going to put false information out.
Right.
I can think it all day, but we'll wait for official. I just won't go there. But we do know that this happened, and we need to be proactive in our city to stop that. And that's why we always tell these things of what goes on. You need to be aware that any given time, if you hear something go pop, get down. And I'm serious about that.
Behind something that could stop or slow a bullet down, find a safe spot and get in it.
Because a bullet will travel a long way.
Yes. And you can see if bullets are going across the interstate and hitting other cars, they don't have a sight that they're going to a particular place, and if they miss it, then they fly off to the old wild blue yonder. They continue going in whatever path, and whatever's in front of them, they're going to hit.
Now, fortunately, we have been more than this stuff's been going on hot and heavy for 2 to 3 years. We have not had an innocent person that I'm aware of hitting. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong, if there's a story that I missed, and y'all may know it. But overall, in the general public, when something like that, and this was broad daylight, 3:30, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, no one's been hit, but that could have happened very easily.
Very easily.
Great job to all that jumped into action and helped with that. Jerome said he's proud of his son. That's his MHP son. He did good.
There you go. That's right.
Jerome, as always, was a great officer as well. We appreciate everything you've done, Jerome. Known you for a long time. Good people.
And his son's good people, too. Worked with him on a lot of different wreck scenes and everything, and good old
Don't get no better, does it?
He sure don't.
Laura joining us there from Water Valley, Mississippi. Glad you're with us there today. Yeah. We had a fender bender, and these things happen. I'm sure you've bumped into this. You're going, and there's a lot of you there, and I'm always scared to death. I'm not going to lie. You're going down the interstate, and you go to pass an 18-wheeler, and you think, can he see me? Now, there are blind spots in those mirrors.
Yes. And they've got the small round mirrors that are up under it and on the very front to try and help
see those.
Cover those blind spots, but you may not get to see every single spot in between you and that truck. So don't hang out beside the truck.
Get on by.
Get on by.
Highway 11 and 80, that's kind of what happened yesterday as a truck and a car had to pull into the truck stop and wait on MHP to arrive because just that. Now, no serious injuries with it. I think maybe the ambulance came out and checked everybody out, but that could have been much worse. Thank heavens it wasn't. But always be cautious, especially during rain when trying to pass something larger than you. Rain adds a whole different value to it.
Yes, it does. And there's so much oil and grease and everything on the ground, and especially when you've got 4 or 5 days with no rain. The amount of traffic that we have on our interstate, the amount of oil and grease that's slung on there, and then you get a little bit of rain.
Right.
It's slick. Rick brought up, I remember this now, that little baby that got shot.
5 years old.
5 years old. Golly.
In his bed asleep, drive-by shooting, and the child was shot and died. We will never forget that.
No. Rick, thank you for bringing that up. That's just uncalled for.
Normally, we move to our next headline that is going NAS Meridian, and we can't praise NAS Meridian because it is such a part of our community, and not to mention the economic impact that the Naval Air Station has for us. But during election year, you start seeing folks you hadn't seen in quite some time show up to, well, maybe smaller events that really aren't all that good. They were building a fence yesterday to keep some deer off the runway. Who showed up? The governor. Come on, let's go to Meridian quick.
It's going to be a big fence.
It's a big fence. Let's go show ourselves. Here's the governor with a shovel there.
It does fit his hand.
It did.
Look at there.
Go ahead, a little boxed in area there. That's all the officials there, and we are glad they're having that because that also, and believe this or not, every airport in America has that guy who drives around to keep wildlife off of the runway. It's his job to take them out because he can't let an airplane get hurt.
Coyotes, deer, whatever's going to run out there.
Ex-wives slipping on the runway.
Ex-wives. You know, we're talking millions of dollars in one airplane.
Yeah.
You've got to protect them. And I think this is a good way to protect our wildlife.
It is.
And not just the airplane.
Yeah. Look at there, looking at both sides of the story. Odie is really turning out to be quite the news guy here.
I went to school. I don't know where.
You slept at a Holiday Inn last night, didn't you?
That's right.
Good morning to you. This is the Scotty Ray Report. Odie helping us out this morning as we try to bring a smile to you and, well, let you know what's going on in the community. We got a whole bunch more to talk about. We'll be right back. Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 invites you by to take a look at a brand new product they've got. Odes, ATVs, and UTVs. These side-by-sides range from 800 to 1,000 cc's, and they come with heat or air. Whether you're doing work around the farm or hunting, they've got the unit just for you to keep warm or cool, depending upon that Mississippi and Alabama day. Swing by for a test drive today at Freeman Tractor. See coleslaw, buttermilk, and don't forget you can meet their newest employee, Eggplant. That's Freeman Tractor, Highway 494.
Your next Maytag or Whirlpool appliance is waiting on you at All Temp Appliance and Refrigeration on Highway 19 North. If you've been trying to locate a freezer, stop by and see their big selection of upright and chest freezers, a showroom full of stoves, gas, and electric. Maybe it's a new refrigerator from large double doors to the simplest of refrigerators. Name brand washers and dryers like Speed Queen and Amana. And delivery is available with a great service department to back up what they sell. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 4, and by appointment after hours and weekends.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Have you been hurt on the job? Call Will Parker. Get the help you deserve. Call Will Parker. Know your rights when it comes to the workplace injuries. Call Will Parker. Call or go online at parkerfirm.net. Call your Meridian lawyer, Will Parker.
Let's just wade off into some water that we don't know a whole lot about, but we can tell you who does. They may say,
That's right.
We don't want you to talk about that anymore because you need to come take the class. MCC here in Meridian is there for you where you can really go places with MCC. And today we want to tell you about a courses out there. You can either do 1 year or 2 years with this. And if you were watching our show earlier at 6:30 when I went to give you the weather, well, I need to go sign up for this. Technology.
We could both use this class.
Software coding. And what do you do with that? Well, if you've got things that you need coded, like building an app, building a website, or even building a network to where your computers and all talk to each other in your office, you can take this and be really good at it. There's not a business around that doesn't need this. Banks, financial institutions, grocery stores, all of this stuff talks to each other now.
Even our homes, a lot of our stuff, our computer, we've got lights and our TVs and all that that's connected to
You can do it
Alexa.
off of your phone and be in another state and turn the lights on in your house.
Yeah. Or crank your car.
There you go. You can learn all of this out here about coding. Dylan Ray was the first to show me a little bit of that. I was like, what? It's neat, and you can make a great living at this. And again, drop by MCC today. Talk to them. They'll tell you more about this. You can call them at 484-8811 or just drop in. They'll show you around, even show you the classrooms of what you'll be doing. It's neat. You'll enjoy it. MCC. Let's see.
You can't beat that. I'm looking forward. I might go check that out.
I wish you would. I could use you.
That's right. We could double up on some stuff.
Call you at 3 in the morning. Go, Odie, what'd I do?
I'm fixing to wake up anyway.
That's right. Well, as we begin this day, let me see here. I need to pull. Let's do some back in history today of a few things that went on this. 1921. Alan Hale, and you're thinking, okay, I know the name, but he was probably one of the coolest dudes ever. He got to hang out with two beautiful women, stranded for at least 3 years on a desert island.
On a desert island, yeah. I mean, you can't, and you had somebody that did all your dirty work for you.
That's right, Gilligan.
Yeah.
1921, Alan Hale. What a great show that was. And if you will remember, he was also in Hang 'em High, where they tried to get Clint Eastwood for stealing a horse, and they put him on the back of it and slapped it, and guess what? Clint didn't do it, and he didn't pass away from that. And then he comes to get him.
He's been in a bunch of westerns, and good actor all the way around. Gunsmoke. He's been on Gunsmoke quite a bit.
I even saw 2 or 3 days ago, he was on the Andy Griffith Show where he come to town to find a wife, and he was just going to pick one up and take her home without dating her.
He was on Perry Mason, too, before he got cut off.
Was that a little jab at Scotty Ray?
Then I had to record it so I could watch Scotty Ray.
Oh, my heavens. Had to get it in, didn't he?
I had to get it in.
Can you sing Have You Ever Been Mellow?
No, I can't sing no.
Do you know the song?
I've heard it.
1975. This was the number one song on this day. Olivia Newton-John had it, and I can't carry that tune.
No.
But there's a lot of people apparently that like that one.
I listen to whatever she sang. Just like
One of the first things I ever heard by Olivia Newton-John was "Please, Mister, Please Don't Play A17." It was our song. It was his song.
Yep, I remember that now. Man, bring back some old memories.
Yeah. And then let's just really get an even better one than that if you want to talk about jukeboxes. Johnny Paycheck, "Please Don't Play A11." Oh, man, what a song.
Just one of them that just kind of hit you.
Yeah, turn into a bar fight. You push that on that jukebox over there, hit A11, and that's what that song was all about. Don't stir up no memories
Don't
there.
stir it up. I'm trying to get in here to forget
Do
it.
you know what I got hung up in this morning at 4:30, and I couldn't shake it, and I just had to listen to it like 4 times? Keith Whitley. I had to break out. It's just between me and an old memory and me. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, I have.
Travis Tritt re-recorded it, but let me tell you, it don't get no better than Keith Whitley singing that. This is just between an old memory and me.
I have
He's
to crank
sitting-
that up and listen to it again.
The theory of the song, he goes to have him a drink, and he sits down at a little table, and this old girl starts coming over and hitting on him. He's like, go on, I got enough issues here. She done left me, and I sure don't need you.
That's right.
Let me have my drink and just think about what's going on. And that's what the song's about, and boy, it's good.
And sometimes, a little bit of that inner peace and inner thought
Right.
goes a long way.
She only smokes when she drinks. That's another great song. Let's go back to 1974. We got that a little out of ordinary, out of, what do you call it, chronological, whatever.
Chronological order. Big words this morning
I like to got stumbled up on it, too.
on a Wednesday.
But 1974, you would sit down on your couch tonight, and you'd have to switch the channel because you didn't have a remote at that time. And it would be the final episode of this.
Man.
And ODI included this bottom left picture here because I felt that you needed to see Alice in a bikini. Well, it's close to a bikini.
That's a one piece, thank goodness.
A one piece there. Alice, the hottest thing on television in 74.
What was her boyfriend's name?
Sam. Sam the Meat Man.
From the meat market. That's right.
He played the meat man in a lot of movies. Wasn't he the one that with Aunt Bee had all the meat and she wouldn't?
He might have been.
I feel like he was on Andy Griffith a time or two. I know that he was
Might
the
have
one
been.
that told Barney that if he caught him without his uniform on, he was going to whoop him. And Barney wore his uniform night and day for like 3 weeks.
Had that one bullet.
Yeah. The Brady Bunch.
Man,
Little
what
did,
good TV.
I mean, were you? Let's pull this back up. Were you a big fan right here of what's her face, Mama Brady?
Not really.
Did you have a poster of Mama Brady anywhere in your room?
No, I didn't have that.
Okay, well, we now know.
I had Suzanne Summers and
Suzanne Summers?
know.
Yeah, that where they dumped the water on her there in Three's Company.
that's right.
Yeah, we won't go any further than that.
Y'all know what we're talking.
I am way out of chronological order as we got to go back now to 1945 on this date. And I checked with Debbie last night to make sure I wasn't including something that was not that big. She goes, well, wait a minute, it was big. Hey, were the Monkees. Anybody remember this guy?
You know, they
Mickey.
had a TV show.
Sure did.
And I'd watch it some. That was, hey, we're the monkeys.
But I had to check on that because that was a little bit, well, I didn't like it. Let me be honest.
That
It wasn't my thing.
not your forte.
No, I was watching Buck. I'm a pick it and I'm a grin it every Friday
I watch
night.
my hee-haw too now.
Whew, gotta have it. The hee-haw honeys. Let's just, you know what we need is some, what can we call them?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you, and we'll put us up a little board there. We can do some salutes and get hit. Didn't you love that scene from Hee Haw? Population 920.
You can't make that
you
stuff up anymore. You got to probably BR 549. We'll sell you a car.
He was good.
He
Junior
was good.
Samples.
Yes. BR 549. People out here, a bunch of them don't have a clue what we're talking about.
No, but I searched the world over and thought I'd found true love. Y'all really are missing out on life.
You need to go watch it.
1977, and at this point in time, I really didn't know who they were. I know now. But in 77, I was real big on Waylon Jennings. But across the pond, this group would arrive in America. Foreigner.
Yep.
They would have, feels like the first time, you're as cold as ice.
Long Way from Home. I still listen to just a little Foreigner today. But
Somebody from the White House, or
yeah. Well, the Foreigner's gone. We don't have the Foreigner anymore.
But they were big. And what else did they have? Didn't they have some other great big songs?
Yeah, and Amy, you're gonna have to help with those titles and all.
Rescue.
Yes. Or she can spit them out. And
Today was a sad day also back in 1987. I was graduating high school, and this would be the final time that we would see BA and Face and all of them get together as the A-Team ended today.
That is tough. That was a good program.
I love it when a plan comes together.
And Liam Neeson, he
did
played
play
a
that
good
part.
animal. Yeah.
That was not a bad remake. It really was not.
It wasn't, especially when you're trying to fly a tank.
Yeah.
They were just a little bit too calm.
Yeah.
Oh, just aim and shoot it. We're going to fall in that pond here in a minute.
What was that? I have the horrible problem, and maybe y'all do, maybe you don't. But when I watch a movie, I try to make it realistic, and I try to reason of that can't happen. You can't do that. And my wife constantly tells me to hush because it's a movie, but I can't stop it.
It's in the script. But I'm the same way. I'm like, now come on.
What's the Van Diesel thing that they've got like 25 episodes of the car?
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious, of where they were thrown out of an airplane, much like that, with a car with a parachute on the back.
And it landed, and they were ready to go.
I'm going to bet money that can't happen.
No, and you're not going the way that they hooked up to those gas tanks on the back of an 18-wheeler.
Yeah.
I just don't see.
Yeah, ain't happening, is it?
It's a good program. It's a good movie. I've enjoyed it, but yeah, some of that stuff you just kind of.
Yeah, it can't happen.
Yeah, it's in the script.
I guess I'm like everybody else. You become that main when it's a great movie. You become that character. You watch it and you become that. Could I do this? And that's what draws you to it.
That's right. You want to see yourself there.
That's right. The Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger. God.
Let me see if you can do this. Can you do the sound of this next thing that happened in 1993?
Yeah.
Oh, you're killing me. 1993, Beavis and Butthead premiered on MTV. And it was. I'd do that again. I never got that. They were talking to an audience that I have no idea what they do.
I can't watch it. I can't watch, what is it, Kenny?
Big Kenny?
The little round men cartoon.
Midget wrestling?
No, I like that.
It was at the Temple Theater not long ago.
It was.
Missed it.
Golly, what was something? Kenny was, they was always killing Kenny.
Oh, on Beavis and... Okay.
No, it was something that came on right after that. Another cartoon. I love cartoons. Now, when I say cartoons, I mean Bugs Bunny, Roadrunner,
South Park. Is that what you're
South Park. See, there she is again. Hey, baby.
Yeah, Amy knew it. Beverly knew it. Also, Kevin. Look at these. Everybody knew what you were talking about.
Everybody knows about killing
Lilo. I did not know that. Thank y'all.
Kenny's dead.
Is that what they would say?
Well, they'd kill Kenny. He
you
got killed every episode.
We got to watch it. You got to show me one later because I don't have a clue. Let's go back to 03. Maybe you were standing down at the Piggly Wiggly in 03 there in line to pay, and you looked over and you saw this on the TV guide. It was big back in that day.
Yeah, I mean, we kept a copy in the bathroom.
You had to catch up on things. Did you remember him being in Rambo First Blood? Do you remember that?
No.
He was the redheaded cop there at the beginning where they bring him in and they're squirting Rambo down with the water up against the wall. That's him. Well, if you'll go back and watch that scene.
And I like Rambo.
I did too. Boy, that was good.
Yes, it was. The Goonies.
A lot of our vets were treated that way.
I like the Goonies. That was a good movie.
You ever sang, I can't even fake that Odie would know this since he doesn't know who Rhinestone Cowboy is, but do you know that one?
Oh, of course.
Okay, making sure. You know who sang it? This is the test. Up. Glenn Campbell.
That's what I thought.
You were just about to say that.
That was my second guess.
But if anybody knows the song, Please Help Me, I'm Falling, or Send Me the Pillow That You Dream On, well, he passed away on this date back in 09. Hank Locklin, one of country music's big ones there from the 50s, passed away on this date back in 09. Some great ones that we've lost through the years. And that's a wrap on what? No, wait a minute. No.
That's not a wrap.
No.
And I don't understand what happened to...
I've heard all types of rumors.
Well, remember I said this one other time. Somebody somewhere.
That's true. The House That Built Me was released on this date back in 10. Kind of cute there, wasn't she?
So, yeah.
Don't say too much because your wife's watching.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
I'll
protecting
get home
you.
And she'll be looking at me.
That's right. 2014. And I was one of those that goes, planes just don't disappear. It's in a hangar somewhere and going to be used somewhere else later. I really thought that.
Bad too.
Did we really ever confirm that a couple of pieces washed up on the shore?
They found some, but I can't remember if they have came out and said for sure that was part of this flight.
But that plane went, everybody on board, gone.
Yeah.
But I really thought it would be used later for something else. That's what was in my mind.
Like a hijack.
Yeah.
Or another 9/11.
Thank heavens it didn't happen.
Man, I tell you.
Good morning. This is the Scotty Ray Report, along with Scotty Ray and Odie, trying to bring a smile to you. We'll be right back as we keep this morning going.
Need an expert to repair a rock peck or cracked windshield? Call Advanced Auto Glass by Joey for quality workmanship and customer service. Convenient same-day service, as well as in-house calibration for vehicle safety systems. Reliable mobile service is available in Clark, Kemper, Neshoba, Lauderdale, and Newton counties for all cars, trucks, and heavy equipment. Book your appointment today for custom tinting. It can reduce temps, fading, glare, and more. Improve the safety and enhance the appearance of your vehicle today with services from Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Spring is right around the corner, and Wilson Saw on Highway 19 North invites you by to get your equipment ready. For the do-it-yourselfer, they have all the filters and oil you'll need. Does your X-Mark need a tune-up or maybe a new set of blades? Let the professional sharpen your steel chainsaw or replace the plug. And they can get your steel weed eater running like tip-top for the spring. Whatever your need is, Wilson Saw and Outdoor Power will have you ready for spring. 71 Highway 19 North, 601-693-4100.
If you're building or remodeling your home and finally getting around to that to-do list, before you spend your hard-earned money anywhere else, do yourself and your pocketbook a favor and check out the huge selection available at Southern Pipe and Supply. They have a large showroom on Highway 39 North in Meridian. You can check out the large selection of tubs, showers, sinks, and faucets. Southern Pipe for all of your heating and air conditioning system upgrades, along with standby generators in preparation for storm season. And we're local, Southern Pipe and Supply.
Well, there's things growing, and it's all coming from the Lauderdale County Farm Supply. If you hadn't dropped in to see the beautiful flowers that are there, that's just an example of a few things in the garden center. Walk around, browse around, pick out something. Get it in that yard there. Ferns galore. So much to do and, well, take care of. They got everything that you're looking for when it comes to centipede and that St. Augustine side. That St. Augustine, correct me if I'm wrong, is the grass that you don't have to mow as much.
I think that's what it is. It's thick, but it's
it doesn't grow real high.
Yeah.
Great stuff there for the people like us that don't like mowing grass.
That's right.
Check it out. And again, just more and more beautiful pictures there. The gift shop where you can get you a chair to sit in as it keeps going here. A lot to choose from. Drop in. They even have some calls as we get ready for turkey season there. A little bit of it all.
Yeah, go by and see them. I mean, you got boots for the rainy weather, which we've got some of that coming up. Pet food. If for cows, horses, dogs, cats, whatever, they've got everything you need down there. Even your deer. Feed your deer with it.
Year round nowadays.
Yeah, all year long. Keep your deer fed. They'll come back.
Yeah, that's a Lauderdale County Farm Supply, exit 151 right off the interstate there. You know, you don't, as we look at some things that are happening around the state of Mississippi, you don't hear about this a lot. You would think there comes an age where if you had maybe some criminal activity going on, that you kind of stop that.
Yeah.
Not in Jackson, Mississippi. A 70-year-old lady was arrested for burglary. That's getting pretty rough.
You know, you have to give a benefit of the doubt. Now, I'm not condoning it at all, but was it because she was just wanting to rob something, or did she need something? Because if you need something, there's plenty of places out there
That's
that
correct.
get food. Not condoning it at all.
Right. Well, here's another story. And, most everything is, we talk about, there's a large portion of people that are younger. We move to our next story here. So we go to Greenville, Mississippi. A 76-year-old man arrested for kidnapping and domestic assault. What is going on?
Yeah,
explain that one, Odie. Mister, I got a solution for everything.
You can't on that one.
Yeah, we'll leave that one there, but that happened there. We did have somebody at Jackson State University, and you go, well, I've heard of Jackson State University. A great ball team this past year as Deion Sanders departs and goes toward Colorado. Something bad happened on campus. As we look at the headlines here, they released a mugshot, and we go over to our friends at Dark Horse to take a look at somebody that's been arrested for the possibility of rape. As we look at this from the campus there, here's the young man's picture there.
Wow.
That's not good. I'm sure there's a lot of parents that are worried over that.
Yeah, you send your kids off to school hoping that they'll be safe and praying they'll be safe, and that's the last thing you want to hear is something like that going on at the school that your daughter's going to.
Right. And speaking of school, let's go to Jones County, which is due south of the Meridian area there, Laurel, Hattiesburg area. What happens when, your kid doesn't show up at home? You go, where's my kid? Went to school this morning.
They picked him up on the bus.
Right. And then they drove the school bus back to the school, closed the door, and left. And, there's your kid sitting in the back. Rump row. An investigation has been launched in Jones County to find out why a kindergarten was left on the bus.
I wonder if he fell asleep. But you would still think that
you're supposed to get up and check every. You do, don't you?
Yeah. You pull up to the house, you get out, you walk up and down.
We're just giving thoughts there.
That's what we would do.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a few of the things that went on there. I wanted to point this out. This happened. This was a couple of weeks ago that this happened, but accidents. And I wanted to show the pictures of just how quickly your life can change as we go to, this was down in the Ellisville area. These pictures were taken there from the scene of an accident. Pine Belt News had posted these, and I thought we would share this. Look at this.
It does not take long for these trucks to come apart. They hit with such force.
And that's the pickup truck that it was involved in.
Yeah.
Be cautious, and we show things like this to show you what can happen. That was horrific there.
Don't ride beside an 18-wheeler.
No, sir.
It.
No, sir. Coming up, we'll briefly touch back on what went on in Mexico, as we do know that a couple Americans lost their lives crossing that border. We mentioned it yesterday. We'll tell you a little bit more about that in just a second. Good morning. This is the Scotty Ray Report. We hope you're feeling good.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
I'm Chris Bullock, and I'm a candidate for Lauderdale County District 1 Supervisor. As a former Meridian Police Department cadet and Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office Ranger, public safety will always be a top priority. As Supervisor, I'll stand with our brave law enforcement officers and promote law and order. I'll approve funding for necessary personnel, training, and equipment to ensure professional service and safer community. I ask for your prayers, and I ask for your support.
Paid Political by friends of Chris Bullock.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Sip and Savor is back in downtown Meridian. Chef Jimmy Kennedy will headline this year's festival, bringing an outdoorsman spin on elevated Southern cuisine. Taking the main stage is country music artist Levi Hammond. Sample over 50 chefs and distilleries visiting from all over the South to showcase their award-winning dishes. Experience the culinary tradition of the South like you never have before.
And well, Maple's one-stop shop. If you need some gasoline, you need a snack, you need breakfast, they got it going on right now at the St. Paul store. Also out in Causeyville. I hear the community meets up there and discusses what needs to be done each day.
Yeah, well, of course, you get up there, you've got some good food at lunch. I mean, it is some good home cooking. You get some vegetables, you get some meat, bread or cornbread, sit down, or you can take it with you with some good sweet tea.
That was my next word, was that sweet tea. Isn't it good?
Yes, it is.
Loyalty coffee program. The list just goes on and on what you're going to find here at all the Maples one-stop stores. Lottery tickets, what things take care of you. Pine Springs, Bonita Chevron, Causeyville, 31st Avenue, Broadmoor, and also the Last Chance Tobacco there on Highway 493. Bump in today. Visit with them. You'll get something you need there.
Clean and nice. They'll talk to you.
Now, Odie, we briefly mentioned this a couple of times about what went on in Mexico of a lady that wanted to save some money and go have the gastric...
The bypass, yep.
They were basically, tell me if I'm getting this right, they crossed the border and there's a crime going on and they're passing through the area. Does that kind of sum it up?
That's the way I took it. I tried to read from different sites to try and put together, but it was, wrong place, wrong time. They got caught in the crossfire, and I guess one of the, what do you call them, the cartels thought that they were part of something else and kidnapped 4 of them. Realized that, oops, they weren't. I think they killed 2. Don't know if they meant to kill them or if it was in the gunfight that they got hit, but we did get 2 Americans back. They were found in a house right across the line in Mexico.
Right.
But the other 2 were deceased. So thoughts, prayers go out for that. Just if you go over there, be careful.
Wanted to throw this out there at you just so you'll know what's going on in Minnesota. We certainly hope that this kind of activity stays in that state and doesn't spread. But now in Minnesota, convicted felons can vote.
Well, we've got it everywhere that certain felons can vote.
55,000 of them will be able to vote in the next election. I thought when you broke a crime that right was taken away from you. Well, it still is in Mississippi, isn't it?
It is. Now, there's some felony charges that still allow you to vote, but then there's still felony charges that you have stripped that right. But look at our jails now. Look how much they've got better rights than we do. We have to pay for our internet. They get theirs free. We have to pay for our health insurance. They get theirs free.
Good point.
We had to pay for our food. They get theirs free. We had to pay for our education. They get theirs free. So who's got better rights?
Just hope you got a good cellmate. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, go back out there to Arizona.
Ooh,
you got
boy.
a tent and some pink underwear.
Yeah, they handle you in there. We want to say thank y'all. We've come to the conclusion of the show this morning. We'll be behind the scenes all day, letting you know what goes on in our area and across the state and nation. Scotty Ray Report.
Yep.
Odie joining us this morning. We'll be back tomorrow. What time?
Man, it's 7 o'clock, and that hour goes by fast.
See you then.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners: